Hi, welcome to Tarot for Alignment, where we use the themes of the cards to help you step into that sparkly, energizing, fulfilling version of your work, your creativity, and your life. All right, so I took last week off because I was traveling in Big Sur, hence my sweatshirt. But I'm going to pull 3 cards and let's see where it takes us. Damn. Okay. These are great cards. All right, so the first card is Queen of Pentacles, and I pulled this in the release section, what to release. So I would read that as like releasing anything that doesn't connect you to yourself and the things that you're here to contribute. So the Queen of Pentacles trusts herself. She is very much in alignment. This is a very aligned card. What she does for work and how she contributes to, her community, society, the world at large is very in line and in flow with who she is. She's connected to her sexuality, and like fertility. There's a rabbit, if you can't really see it here, but in the corner. And yeah, she's in flow with life. And as such, she has this like rich garden around her. This is a very like of the world card and just really in flow with your life. So if we're looking at this from a release perspective, it's asking you, where does life feel off? Where does life feel off? And what is something that you can do to reorient, restructure yourself so that it's more in flow? What would flow feel like? What would sparkle feel like in that area of life? This is often an alignment with work card as well. Pentacles is like a very work energy card. So, usually we know what feels off in our work. What is that? And what can you do to adjust that or start to take action to adjust that? I think that's what I'll say here for now. It's a big topic. Remember. Okay, great card. This is another card of alignment. It's a card of balance. It's a card that comes at the phase of the major arcana when you've done a lot of work on yourself, and as such, you can kind of flow through life. You've gone inside, you've done the work, you've released the things that no longer serve you, and as such, you are in balance. There's the card that comes before Temperance is death. And so, you have to release. Death is a release, the same way the devil is a release. There's these two like release flow cards after another. We have like the death and then Temperance, and then after Temperance, it's the devil and then the star. So death is like the final release, and you're like, okay, all right, I've released that, and now I'm like, I feel more connected to myself. So this is a reminder to find balance. This is a reminder to continue to do the work if you don't feel in balance. What is it that you need to release? Okay. That's what I'll say here. Grow, King of Wands. I mean, this is a card of creation. He's a master of creation, and he's creating for his community. So remember that you are infinitely capable to create whatever you want. This is kind of like the Magician card. You are the artist of your life. There's so much creative potential here. So, also here, like connect to the why. Who are you serving with your creative work? The king is very connected to his subjects, his community, right? So, when we're creating without a person or a reason why, the creative energy can feel flat. So really connect to that. Okay, so 3 really great cards. All right. The lighting's so bad tonight. Okay, so here, release whatever is getting in the way of your alignment with work. I think that's how I'll say it here. Like, what's not working. You know where it's misaligned. So what are the action steps that you can take to start to address that? The conversation you can have, someone you can work with, is it pursuing? Sometimes with the Queen of Pentacles, with the work stuff, sometimes it's just about, giving yourself permission to explore the things that you are excited about, even if your day-to-day work isn't flowing. That can help you step into Queen of Pentacles energy. Remember to find balance. Are you over-rotated in one area of life? Remember to release. The card before this is death. You have to have lots of deaths throughout your life and in big and small forms in order to unlock the next version of yourself. What do you need to release? And grow into like the creative master that you are. You can create whatever you want in life and really create for community. Who is the person that you're serving with that creative work? Really connect to that as well. Okay? There you go. Have a great week.